Welcome back
to TGS Air.
We are back after a break.
Had a little break.
A little break. We've done some stuff. You've done some filming elsewhere.
I've been working hard. You've been working hard.
Yeah.
And that was sad.
It was sad.
You suffered.
You suffered. We haven't put any content out. We've had no videos.
No.
But there's been stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, like we've been talking every day. So
Yeah.
it's basically an episode of TGS Air you didn't get to see.
Yeah, a private one.
You've been buying like it's going out of fashion.
I've been struggling at home. I've had a lot of time at home. I've had the kids a lot, and that's made me buy guns.
All right. So over this episode and the next episode,
some of the purchases that I've made recently. This one is particularly sweet.
talk us through, mate. What we got?
This is the HW80, which is in 177. It's the K, and I just love it. It's got a TBT kit in it.
Okay.
Apparently, it was
an apparent TBT kit.
No, the kit's definitely. Well, the sticker's on there. I haven't stripped it yet. I haven't stripped it yet. Apparently, as all good stories go, it was owned by a gunsmith and it was his gun. But as you know, all stories, it was probably owned by some bloke called Tim in Bolton who took it apart in his garage and smashed the leaf spring in with a hammer. It's a story, isn't it? The stories are great. They get the imagination going.
As stories go, this was actually Prince Philip's HW80.
I think it was. Yeah, it was in the Boer War. This one.
If you look, the sticker used to be there. It says the Duke.
Yeah, the Duke. Stories are great, aren't they? It's like Chinese whispers of guns. Before you know it, so much stuff's been done, and when you strip it,
pseudo provenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like pseudo provenance.
It's like having a Vauxhall Corsa 1.2 and sticking a 4x4 turbo badge on the back. It's changed nothing.
But having a TBT kit,
but having a sticker on it, just makes people believe. You know, you have to buy the kit to get the sticker.
Do you?
Unless you've got a sticker machine.
You sure the gunsmith didn't just know? It's not a gunsmith. It was a guy that knew the guys at TBT.
Yeah, got a
free sticker. He was in there. We dropped him for a cup of tea. Pilfered some stuff.
Anyway, that's by the by.
What? Why do you like it so much? Because to me, it just looks like a gun with some brass on it.
It's got some pimp bits. So it's had the screws replaced on it. It's got a nice little brass trigger guard on it. The safety.
You know how I know it didn't belong to a gunsmith?
Because of the screws.
Because the screws been chewed up.
Yeah, and I reckon that was because the guy I bought it from took it apart.
Because the guy you bought it from wasn't a gunsmith.
No, but who he got it from was. I took a gamble and it was cheap.
Okay, if you're watching this, then I'm sure you're honest.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a good guy. If not, I've got your address. Do you know what? I've got a HW95 in 2.2. Yeah. Which I brought wanting a nice Springer.
Yeah, the HW95 is the best Springer out the box on the market. Yeah. Break barrel.
Break barrel, yeah, out of the box.
Break barrel.
Yeah. Shooting this next to it blows it out the water.
Does it help that it's got a tuning kit and it weighs another 3 kilos?
I think it might. It's definitely smoother. It's definitely more accurate. The power's more consistent.
Yeah.
It's running 11.4 with 8.9 grain pellets.
Oh.
Yeah. I've had a chrono out and everything.
You have been.
I've had a lot of time. Yeah. I've had a lot of time and I've had a lot of time in the garage. But I just think they're cool because there's actually there's another version of this, isn't there? Because this was brought out to replace the HW35 originally in the 70s, made with have we got 35? 35.
An export, no less.
To replace the 35 with a Beeman in America. And they made it in conjunction with each other. They made it together. And their one was called The Beeman R1.
Something like
So
that.
basically, if you live in America and you want German engineering, you go and buy the Beeman R1, and it's an HW80.
No, you buy Weihrauch.
Yeah.
Grey imported Weihrauch.
Well, yeah, you could do. I'm just saying, it's probably cheaper. It's the same gun.
Probably.
Probably.
Is it the same gun?
Apparently so.
Is it made by Weihrauch?
Apparently so.
That's fascinating.
They
Because I know
might
they're
be
the
together.
same, but I always wondered whether like one was actually made
That's
here or there.
That's my understanding. Whether or not they shared plans and then it went into production.
Did the same guy
in
that said
America.
this used to belong to a gunsmith?
No. This is just sad research that I've done.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, I'm aware that they're very much the same.
Well, it was going to replace the HW35, but after the HW80 came out, the sales of that were still going through the roof. Hence, they never discontinued it, and it's still going today.
I mean, I like a 35.
I like the cock and lever, so you don't have to hit the barrel down. You've got a
It's
nice,
like
it's got some nice.
It's very much more tactile, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's got some nice touches to it.
And this one's an export, so it's got the walnut stock.
walnut stock.
And the barrel that bends if you cock it too much.
Yeah, don't cock it too much.
And everyone loved it because you used to, back in the day before 12 foot-pound.
Well, they do reckon the HW80 is one of the most powerful out-of-the-box springers there is.
I mean, it
Apart
can
from
be
the
if you have a
HW
license.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's the most 12 foot-pound out of the box.
Well, yeah,
the
most 12 foot-pound. But I mean, some are coming out at 10, aren't they? Some are coming out at 9.8. Yeah. And do you know what? I saw it. Like a lot of things, I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to buy it. And shooting them next to each other, it's a completely different ball game compared to the 95. Do you like the?
I like the checkering. It looks non-standard.
I think a lot of stuff's been. This is what I mean. Do you know when you buy something, but like when you look at a gun and you start thinking about the history of it and you start looking into it, it's very deep.
Yeah, so's this.
Not as deep.
Yeah, well, I look at the condition of this gun.
That's had considerably more use than this.
Or lack of love, probably is the better
Yeah.
term. It's in the constant pile of things I bought because I thought one day if I, got bored and retired, I'll do it up.
One day. You might have time one day.
I mean,
I just think it's fascinating that this was brought out to replace a rifle that's still going. So does that mean that this wasn't very good? Or does it mean that that was just so popular that they just thought, why not just carry on doing both of them and have the revenue coming in from each one?
probably. Like, I expect that the tooling for them both is similar.
Pretty much.
Like, they're not having to buy a new machine for it. It's just a case of they push different buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought so.
It is nice, though. How do you feel about brass on... So I must admit, I dislike brass on guns. I find it a bit weird.
I'm not a fan of it on shotguns, and I'm not a fan of it on every rifle, but I think because of the vintage of this being... I don't know how old this one is.
See, that is a good point. That actually perhaps age-related. So if you found like a Venom...
Yeah.
That has to have brass on it.
It's got to have it.
And that is then cool. But
Yeah.
people who put brass on guns today,
If I
is that like putting a like?
It's like Pimp My Ride, isn't it? I wouldn't get my HW80 out, my HW100 out and cover it in brass because there's no place for it. I wouldn't. Trust me, I wouldn't. I might cut.
But it's very shiny.
Yeah, I've done a few bits of stuff to guns.
Look at that
time,
neck.
Camo and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camo helps.
Camo helps in certain situations if you're using them. Like yourself and me, I'm a bit of a collector, so I have a lot of guns.
A lot of junk.
A lot of junk and a lot of cool stuff as well.
This is very nice, by the way.
I like it, and it's to the point where I've debated selling the 95.
Wow.
But then I've got this weird thing in my head. I need to collect every break barrel that Weihrauch have made.
Have you got a 35?
No, 35 is the next one, but I want the limited edition.
Good point.
Yeah.
Do
if
you
I'm going to
think-
buy it, I'm going
Alright.
to buy a limited edition.
Do you think if we both like club together, and some of our people on here club together because they could all donate money to this cause,
Yeah,
we could make
that'd be
a
nice.
proper fine version of this. When I say fine, like, like on a quality shotgun, you have like a proper diamond screw head, and then you put the screw in from the back
Yeah.
and this kind of thing. Or a place to set your screw. So we put like some color hardened hand engraved diamonds in the side with hand turned color hardened screws, and they can go in the top. And then we put a long, proper handmade trigger guard on top
We're
of the
going
thing.
all out on
And,
making.
yeah, like we're talking about like pimp my gun to another level, and we make a new stock for it that's made of walnut, not beech, or we can find an old walnut one,
We could, yeah.
and we could then do it to that. Maybe that one. not worth it. But yeah.
No, that's definitely not worth it.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to try and do something like that. I think it would be cool. These are coming back. Break barrels are becoming, they dipped out a little bit, and I think they're coming back in popularity.
People are bored of PCPs, I've seen.
I think they are.
It's
There's a lot of stuff going on about PCPs and new ones coming to the market and power issues that we'll talk about later because I've sent one off.
Well, it used to be the case of PCPs were like the creme, and you upgraded to your PCP, and now a PCP costs less than this new.
Yeah, you start with a Springer. I'm not that old, but back in the day, and I have to say it.
They gave me my Enfield and told me to get in the trenches.
Yeah, I have got an Enfield. You would start with a Springer.
Yeah, not this nice.
Springer.
Something
not this nice. No, definitely
some sort
not
of ancient Diana,
Yeah.
or something made of pure or Chinesium.
Yeah. But it's just to learn the ropes with. And then it's gone out to everyone's, the first gun, I've got to have a PCP, I've got to have that accuracy, and then he's got overlooked for a long time. But it all depends on what you're doing, the application to what gun you're going to use. If I'm doing a big night on the rats and I'm shooting 70 to 100 rats a night, that HW100 is going to be there.
Just another day for escape.
Just another day,
Well, even maybe 20, quiet 30. Night, 70 to 100 rats, quiet night. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously I can't count, so it's about 70 or 80. It's probably
in that ballpark.
10, 12, maybe 14.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, one. But if you're going for a little walk around the barn and you're picking off some feral pigeons, why not put a spring on your back? You don't need to lug a PCP about.
Yeah.
And do you know what the beauty of this is? I don't have to put air in it.
No.
I don't have to carry a tank. I'm still going to get the same accuracy out to 40, 45 yards.
On a good day?
On a good day.
Yeah. You still miss.
Most stuff you
miss like anyone.
Well, yeah. Most stuff you're going to take is 20, 25 yards, realistically, with an air rifle anyway. You're only going to be pushing it out to certain levels when you've got the skill and the confidence to do it, and when you know the gun.
Or you're desperate.
Or you're desperate and you think, I'm not
going to get any closer to that.
That'll do.
Let's just aim off.
Yeah. Yeah, just work out
it's close. It was
the
right
earth's
close.
going round and shoot at the right time. But I think every true, decent air gunner should have a Springer in their collection. And for some reason, this one's taken my heart.
I don't get it, but I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
There you go. Of all the guns to take your heart, this is an odd one, mate.
I know. I don't know what it is. I can't quite explain what it is, but it's the joy I get when I shoot it.
That is.
And that's all it is.
Inexplicable joy of gun. Anyway, should we look at something else?
Yeah, I think we should.
We've gone on enough.